Hi Millennial Moms, it's Mary, and it is late at night tonight. The kids are in bed, and I just had something I wanted to share with everybody, some more musings. I actually had something different I was going to film today. I have some health videos planned talking about my weight loss, but something happened, and I just felt like this was a good time to kind of put this out here. Mother's Day is on Sunday. I'm excited about it. I get to see my mom and my mother-in-law, and I'm excited to celebrate it. But what happened today just really got me thinking about grief during Mother's Day. As anybody that's lost a close loved one knows, that during the holidays is sometimes the worst time to really miss that person and really grieve. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about that today. So if you've never lost a really, really close loved one, someone that's very dear to your heart, or maybe you have and you just need that comfort to know that other people are going through the same thing that you are, that's just what this is about. So for those of you that don't know, 8.5 months ago, I lost my fourth son. He was stillborn, and I'll probably share more about different details about that later. But this has been just a really trying time, a time of grief for myself and my family. We were not expecting anything. It was very, very sudden. We didn't even know until we went into the midwife's office and could not find a heartbeat. So we had no clue, no warning. And this is the second loss that I was taken by surprise. I've never lost anyone where I had a lot of preparation time. It was always very, very quickly. I lost my father very quickly. No preparation time, just shock. And you're just left reeling and just in shock when you lose someone that quickly that you were not expecting at all. So through the months, the grief has definitely, I feel like in the first month it's very high waves. It hits you really hard, really fast, really deep, and then you're okay for a little while, and then it's just up, down, very, very high peaks though, from my experience. As the months go by, it gets lower waves, but they're more rolling. You don't have as extreme highs and lows. You have more kind of like a consistent grief that kind of integrates into your life a little bit in a gentler way, if you want to call it that. And so at the beginning, I had these really, really rough. I'd have 3 days that I couldn't really do anything. It just sad, just crying, just really grieving. And lately, it hits me occasionally. It's not every day, but when it hits, there's nothing really I can do about it. I just have to go through the grief. And today, I was going through some of August's stuff. That is my stillborn baby. We named him August Ray. I was going through some of his stuff, and I saw the little bottle they gave me with some little clippings of his hair, and it just hit me that I miss seeing his blonde hair. He had very, very light blonde hair, and my oldest son has light blonde hair, but August was actually lighter than my oldest son, Isaac. So that just, you miss that little thing that I wish I could see my baby with his blonde hair. And I also thought at the time, we haven't received the death certificates yet. So that occurred to me, and I thought about that. Well, lo and behold, when my husband walked in the door, he had mail, and he actually had the death certificates in his hand. And I'm sorry if this is too heavy duty for some of you, but I just want to explain what grief is. It doesn't just leave you after a few days. You have to go through it constantly for a good while. You have different things that happen. And so looking at the death certificates felt very heavy for me. Looking at what they put on there, it was hard. So that just hit my husband and I hard today. And so I didn't get my health video done. But this all relates to health as well and motherhood. To me, grief is like a bookshelf, you could say, and it has different little pieces of that person, of that grief, of things that happen. And for me personally, I can't process that all at the same time. I have to take one little thing off. You know, if someone says something or if I see something, I take that little nugget off the shelf and I have to grieve and process that little piece. And then once I do that, I can put it back on the shelf. Some things, I think I can leave them on the shelf and they're there and I'm okay. I'm done grieving those things. But some things, I have to pick them up every so often and I have to grieve them over and over. I have to they take longer to process. And so just understand that when someone's grieving, it's not just, you don't just grieve one time. You have to pick up each little thing that happened and grieve that little thing. And I think for someone who's lost a child or stillbirth, I definitely had that with my dad, but not so much as just losing this baby. You know, so much that you could have done or wish you would have done, or you miss about the future of this child. And not to compare anyone's grief to anyone else, but for those of you mothers who are grieving miscarriage, infant loss, children, you know, my heart goes out to you on Mother's Day. For those of you who have struggled with infertility, and I know some that watch this, they can't have children for whatever reason. Maybe they've just never found a spouse, you know, a husband, anybody to settle down with. They haven't been able to find that person. My heart goes out to you. I love you. You have people there that are there for you. And those of you who have never lost anybody, just count your blessings, you know. Just be very, very thankful for your blessings and don't feel guilty for what other women have gone through. I don't think anybody who is true at heart would hold that against you, that you've never had a loss. We are all happy for you that you have never lost anyone or anything. And those of you who have even lost your mothers, you know, you have mothers around you who would love to give you love and comfort. And we're all here for you, and we're so sorry for your loss. I know I haven't lost my mother, thank God. I did lose my dad, and during Father's Day, it's always a difficult time. So, just keep that in mind. These are just my musings on grief during Mother's Day. So, God bless you, beautiful mothers, and we have some great videos coming up on Mother's Day for you. I'm really excited. We have some fun stuff this week, hopefully. So, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.